Ericsson, proud sponsors of the Nobel Prize series.
The Nobel Prize in Literature has, over the years, been awarded to novelists, poets, playwrights and philosophers. This year's Literature Prize goes to Sweden's most renowned poet and a writer of international stature, Tomas Tranströmer. In a career spanning over 55 years, Tomas Tranströmer has written over 15 collections of poetry, and his work has been translated into more than 60 languages.
Fantastic to feel how my poem grows, while I myself shrink. It grows, it takes my place. It pushes me aside. It throws me out of the nest. The poem is ready.
Today, at the age of 80, Tranströmer lives in Stockholm with his wife Monica. 20 years ago, Tranströmer suffered a stroke, which has left him with difficulties in speaking. Monica now speaks on his behalf.
Vi har varit gifta väldigt många år, Tomas, 53 år. Vi träffades, tror jag var 17 år när vi träffades och 19 när vi gifte oss, du var något äldre. Vi har bott utanför Stockholm i väldigt många år, det har vi faktiskt gjort. Och nu har vi återvänt till Stockholm där vi båda är uppfödda.
Mycket bra.
Det känns skönt, ja.
She describes their reaction to hearing that her husband had become a Nobel laureate.
We were surprised. Were we shocked? No, we are too old to be that, I think. Yes.
Swedish actor Christer Henriksson has been a fan of the poet's work for many years.
It's fantastic. I cried. Yeah, I did.
Other admirers of Tranströmer's poetry, such as poet and Nobel laureate Seamus Heaney, believe that international recognition is long overdue.
I was utterly delighted when I heard Tomas Tranströmer had won the Nobel Prize. Everybody was hoping for that for years.
Tomas Tranströmer was only 23 when he published his first collection in 1954. In an interview from 30 years ago, Tranströmer talked about his early work.
När jag började skriva och min första bok framförallt, den har väldigt lite jag. Men det är ju en bok skriven av en mycket ung människa som inte har erfarit så förskräckligt mycket av yttre händelser, utan det den har erfarit är mest sin egen värld, så att säga. Så i själva verket handlar den ju om mig väldigt mycket.
Despite this early success, Tranströmer pursued other careers in parallel with his life as a poet. For many years, he worked as a psychologist.
Maybe what makes him a poet makes him a psychologist rather than the other way around, you know. Because he's dealing with that which is fleeting and at the same time completely real. Moments which have some kind of uncanny power.
Nature and sensibility about his natural environment have been a central element of his poetry. The small island of Runmara in the Stockholm archipelago has been a major inspiration. Tranströmer's grandfather owned a house there, and it's where Tranströmer spent the long summers of his childhood.
Du har ofta åkt till Rönnmärö när du har velat skriva. Du har arbetat bra, skrivit där. Tagit mycket promenader och fått goda idéer ute på ön. Och fortfarande känns det väl när vi kommer dit ut att det här är den plats där du verkligen känner dig hemma.
After Tranströmer's illness 20 years ago, at the age of 59, it was hoped that with time his speech would return. After it became apparent that Tranströmer would never recover completely, he turned even more to the music that has been as great a love for him as his poetry.
Mari and myself once sat in Tomas's living room, and he played music because he couldn't talk to us. And there was some kind of transmission, tremble. The music and the silence, Tomas entranced in that work, ourselves sitting silently. Whatever that mood in that room was, says something about the kind of transmission Tomas's poetry achieves.
I read Tranströmer every day, waiting for the bus, in the intermission when I play on the theater, because he's so, in a way, so simple to understand. And also, when you get to know him, very complicated.
A poem called Alone, written in 1966, is one of Henriksson's favourites.
Här var jag nära att omkomma en kväll i februari. Bilen gled sidledes på halkan, ut på fel sida av vägen. De mötande bilarna, deras lyktor, kom nära. Mitt namn, mina flickor, mitt jobb lösgjorde sig och blev kvar tyst bakom, allt längre bort. Jag var anonym som en pojke på en skolgård, omgiven av fiender. Mötande trafik hade väldiga ljus. De lyste på mig medan jag styrde och styrde i en genomskinlig skräck som flöt som äggvita. Sekunderna växte, man fick rum där. De blev stora som sjukhusbyggnader. First, when you read the poem, you understand it, it has a kind of meaning for you. Then you read it once more, then you read it once more. And suddenly the poem becomes different. You see a new context in it. Because first you see the surface and you think you understand the poem. And then suddenly you get beyond the surface and you see the whole depth in it. Man kunde nästan stanna upp och andas ut en stund innan man krossades. Då uppstod ett fäste, ett hjälpande sandkorn eller en underbar vindstöt. Bilen kom loss och krälade snabbt tvärs över vägen. En stolpe sköt upp och knäcktes. En skarp klang. Den flög bort i mörkret. Tills det blev stilla. Jag satt kvar i selen och såg hur någon kom genom snöyran för att se vad det blev av mig.
He has a way of conjuring that in-betweenness. And I think that's what makes him so available as a poet in other languages. It's not that his words are simple. It's that his subject matter makes him and makes you as a reader feel like what William Wordsworth once said, an inmate of this active universe. And that's what Tomas, his poetry, is about himself as in the active, between the sky and the earth, between the earth and the deep, between the horizon and here. And that's in a sense what he's after. His words as a poet are wonderful, but they're pointing slightly beyond words. When it comes to world literature, anthologies of world literature, Tomas Tranströmer will be there in 100 years' time.
Ericsson, proud sponsors of the Nobel Prize series.